It's not my fault you can't handle the heat.
Listen, if I had known about Chompy, I never would have agreed to— No! No! How did you one-shot her?
I'm telling you, man, it's the magic of Chompy.
Ah! So, Drilbur, huh? Not my personal favorite choice, but I'll roll with it. So for this guy, Wilbur, as I decided to call him, I wanted to go a little out of my comfort zone and draw a younger child. Usually I draw adult ladies, so I did struggle a lot in the beginning, especially with the shape of his face. However, once I settled on a pose, it all started to click. I decided that he probably should have a little jumpsuit and goggles, and I really love how the hard hat came out too. I also thought turning his claws into massive digging gloves was a nice touch. Unfortunately, I'm very displeased with the colors, but that's just because I think Drilbur isn't my favorite color scheme anyway. I did my best to match what I was given, but in the end I had to make some tweaks just to be happy with it. Now, with all that out of the way, let's try about some lore. Wilbur Douglas and his family live just outside of Seaside Town, having inherited a property from Wilbur's grandfather who used to be a miner. Wilbur's father works in local construction, while his mother is an accountant in the town limits. That means Wilbur often has time to himself after school, so naturally, he digs holes instead of schoolwork. This of course causes some friction between him and his parents as he rearranges his mother's pristine garden on a semi-regular basis, but something about digging for unknown treasures and learning about them sparks something inside Wilbur. One day, Wilbur is digging in the garden as usual when he suddenly uncovers a small, white stone covered in green spots. At first he is ecstatic, thinking he just found a dinosaur egg or a valuable gemstone. He rushes back inside. But no sooner does his excitement peak than the object starts to glow and lifts from his hands. It all happens quickly. One moment Wilbur is being lifted into the air by a dull blue light, then he is being unceremoniously dropped on his behind with several pounds of extra weight on his body. The protagonist meets Wilbur as he's digging tunnels all over town. Not endangering people per se, but constantly tripping and dirtying your clothes starts to be a problem. Eventually she grows tired of getting reprimanded for a dirty uniform and decides to confront the perpetrator at a moment's notice. She comes across Wilbur in the City Hall Botanical Gardens causing a ruckus. With great exasperation she transforms herself and goes to confront the little boy, but suddenly Mighty Anna and Houndoom appear and cause a distraction. While the protagonist is tied up with them, a Golbat appears and abducts Wilbur before the protagonist can stop them. From then on, it becomes a race against time to discover Team Shuttle's plans and rescue Wilbur before it is too late.